And as I told you before we started watching these 3 videos, I'm going to be asking you 3 important questions. What is the meaning of life according to your perspective? What is the purpose of your existence? And do you have a mission? But first, let's discuss what we know so far. The person, Mersol, the main character in this book, is a person who does not find any meaning at all in life. And because he doesn't find any meaning in life, he also does not find any joy or any excitement in life. He just goes through the motion, does stuff that needs to be done, hates someday because he just does. Some of the other characters, there's something interesting that is coming up in the story. It has been in the first 3 chapters, and it's the color red, okay? When he went to bury his mother, there were red geraniums on the floor. There was red dirt. Then it talks about him and Raymond, which we can call him Raymond if we want, eating blood sausage and red wine. So the color red is showing up a lot in this first part of the book. What do you think that this represents? What does blood represent?
Life.
Life. Blood represents life. So the contrast here is that there's so much red showing up, so much passion showing up, because red represents life and passion, so much of that showing up, but the characters in the story do not have any life or any passion or anything interesting going on. Now, there are a few relationships mentioned here. The first one is Mersol and Marie. What's your opinion about their relationship with what you know until this moment? What do you think of their relationship? What is it based on? The guy just said it. What is it based on? Oh, Lord. It's based on, is there like a deep emotional attachment in that relationship?
It's based on the physical attraction and sex.
Thank you, Moises. It's based on physical attraction. Then Mersol has a neighbor that has a dog, and the dog has some kind of skin disease, and the neighbor also has a skin disease. And what's interesting is that this man is constantly kicking this dog, insulting this dog, pulling it by the neck. He treats the dog horribly, okay? And what would you do if you had a neighbor that had a dog that is mistreated like that? Would you be friends with this neighbor? Would you try to talk to this person? How would you react? Or would you just like, whatever, it's dog? What would you do?
Tell him, like ask him if he really wants a dog. And if he asks me like, I don't want it, I hate him, I would be like, okay, you can give it to me. Or like, I don't know, maybe tell him like, you shouldn't be treating an animal like that, because it's supposed to be, an animal supposed to be like a support in your life, I think, because you may have a lot of problems and they like cheer you up. And well, but a lot of people are rude and always saying like, you don't have the right to tell me anything because it's my dog, it's my pet, I'm the owner, you cannot talk. And that's the difficult part that a lot of people have, because people not try to understand the why that you shouldn't be doing that. And in front of kids or people that loves animal or the vegan people, okay? Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of you, because Mandy's already participated and the rest of you need to participate, especially the kid who seems to be entertained doing something else, but is here. What does it say about this person, Salamano, that he has this dog, he's always with the dog, he doesn't let the dog go, but he's always kicking and mistreating the dog. Okay, like he doesn't want to get rid of the dog, but he doesn't want to treat the dog properly. What does this tell you about this person, Salamano?
I think he used the dog to get rid of his problems. I don't know.
Okay, to get rid of his problems, such as which type of problems?
I don't know, in his work, I don't know, in his family, his friends.
Or do you think that he really loves the dog? No? Okay. So people, as you know, we're going to bring all of this down to relationship between people. Okay. So then the other neighbor that he has, the one who called him to eat blood sausage, and that sounds disgusting. I don't even want to know what that is. Tells him that his mistress is being unfaithful and he already beat her. Now, the interesting thing that you need to know is that Mersal is just like nothing moves him. So he sees this man beating up his dog, kicking his dog, mistreating his dog, and he's like, whatever. And then he sits with this guy to eat blood sausage, and the guy tells him like, yeah, my mistress, I give her money, and she keeps asking for more money, and I know she's cheating on me with somebody else, and I beat her up until blood came out. And Mersal is just like, It doesn't move him. And then they come up with this plan in which you're gonna send this letter to the girl, in which you're gonna threaten her. And Mersal actually sits down and writes the letter for Raymond. I mean, like, so what is this telling us about Mersal's character as an individual?
That he's not aware of what was happening. He's just living because he's just living like that. He's not thinking about what he's doing. He's just doing it because he has to. Or it's like sometimes I think that he thinks that it's not my problem. I don't have to interfere in their life because it's not my problem.
Okay, so let's go to the questions. Oh, and one more thing. All of this is taking place in North Africa, and historically, North Africa was invaded and taken over by France for a period of time. And so there's this bunch of French people in North Africa, in Algiers. So that's the setting of the story. Okay, so this brings me to the questions that I have for you. What is the meaning of life? Does life have a meaning? And if it does, what is it? Who wants to go first? Because all of you gotta go because I gotta write this down. Why are people texting me? I'm in a class. Who are these people? I don't know who these people are. Okay. One morning I woke up and I had 220 something text messages. Can you believe that? That's not right. Okay, so let's go to the question. What is the meaning of life? Does life have a meaning? Who wants to be first? Yes, Adrian.
So I went through my phase of looking for meaning in life already.
How old are you, Adrian?
I'm 17. I started looking for that like around 15 or 16.
Okay.
And I already came to a conclusion that the philosophies that like opened my idea of there's really nothing that matters is Nietzsche. He's like he used to be a German philosopher, and he is being related to Nazi Germany, but he's not really a Nazi. His sister just sold his books to the Nazi Empire, and they just published it. It's a crazy story. The thing is that he went through a very depressing life. He had like cancer, and a lot of bad stuff happened to him, right? And a lot of people know him by the phrase of God is dead and we killed him. I don't know if you heard of that phrase. He explains that the idea of morality and what's good and wrong, it all comes down to like, if somebody has something that we want, it goes always to like, if they have something that we don't have, they are bad, right? So he eventually comes to the conclusion that life is a series of it's sort of like evolving constantly. Like the way he puts it in his book is that you constantly die and get reborn through your life, not like physically, but more like mentally. First you like something, then you understand that it's wrong, maybe you get into something that you used to like and now you don't like it anymore. He says that the meaning of life is that finding that passion, that drive, creating for the sake of creation. He said that it is not about like an end purpose, but the trouble between.
So what do you think? Do you agree with everything he said?
Not with everything. I believe that it's more about the connections in your life than like at the end how many material things you had, or like were you this part of this religion or were you this part of this religion. It's more about like if you're cool with everybody, right? But there are a lot of friends. That's what
I,
matters.
yeah, I get that. But you know, sometimes when I'm listening to some of you, I keep getting this impression that you have received openly the societal brainwash that material possessions are not good. And you need to remove that from your mind, okay, for two reasons. First of all, if you can afford it, why not enjoy? And secondly, a lot of us have this, not a lot of us, a lot of people have this attitude like, oh, I don't want to be rich. I only want to have enough for my needs and to eat and to be happy. But you know what, people? If you're not rich and there's a disaster or an emergency, you can't help people. So when you say, oh, I don't want to be rich, I just want to have enough for my needs, you're actually being very selfish because you're not thinking about, hey, maybe my neighbor is going to have a problem and I want to help that neighbor. But if I'm broke, I can't help my neighbor. Okay, so those are a few ideas. I love what you said, Adrian, but those are a few ideas that sound like the right thing, but you need to start like moving them out of your mind and kind of pick up your own ideas regarding, it's not what Adrian said, but regarding material possessions and riches. Because you want to live a life in which you can help. And if you ain't got no money, you can't help anybody. But that was really good, Adrian. Next person. What is the meaning of life? Who wants to go next?
Me.
Roy, go.
Okay.
And make it short, because we got lots of kids.
So I watched this video that was very interesting, that was talking about how life works. So it says that we have three things that we have that is very important. One, it's our objects, the things that we buy. The second one is the people around us. And the third one, I think it was, I don't remember, but it says that the third one, it was very important because it represents our souls. So when we die, we couldn't take the other two, our family and our objects, but we would take our souls. And that's the thing that the boy was trying to say, that we need to care more about our soul, basically trying to know the world, trying to experiment, even if it's bad or something good. It's better to I don't know, to hi.
To have the experience instead of years going by and you're like, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I had done this.
Yes, and he said that the three things that we have in this world that we need to carry and love is our soul. So if we basically the way we think, because when we live this world, some people die with regrets or guilty or other things that are not good feelings. Yeah. So he said that living this world is the best way. It's like experiencing everything, bad or wrong, and then feeling like you really are human. Like, wow, I had a lot of experience that it's normal for a human to live in. So I think that there's no meaning in life. So just keep living it, keep experimenting a lot of things, because that's what humans are supposed to do. But people are so afraid of experimenting all these things that
Preach it, girl, preach it. Okay, so yeah, let's leave it there so other people can have a chance to talk. Who wants to be next? What is the meaning of life? Mary? Let's go, Mary.
Okay, so I have always different questions I ask myself, you know, at 3 a.m., the classic questions we made ourselves.
Why are you
sometimes, yeah, I don't know, teacher, in vacations that happens to me. Sometimes I can't sleep and I ask myself questions and I try to answer them. And somehow I always got into deep sentences or deep meanings, and each time I have different ones. And I think that somehow we all have the same ending, but the meaning of life is what we do and when we are alive, and all the experiences and mistakes we made is to construct us like a better person, to end us like in the best version of ourselves, and in that meantime to try to help other people to be also the best versions of themselves. And after everything ends, I think that everything good you did and everything you learned will help you to go to another place, and to this is like an opportunity to express what you really are and what amount of good you can be, just to prove it, to prove yourselves. And that's it.
Nice. Okay, one more person and then we move on to the next question. Who's next? Ting, Marín, Nedos, Pingüi, Bucaramanga, Caratitiri, fue, yo no fui, fue. Oh, come on, people. Who's next? La Yali.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Go, Sarah.
Yeah, okay. So one day I read something that says the meaning of life is to live, you know? And it's like, it's true what Mandisa and what Mary said, like, and what you said. If I can afford something, well, I will, take it, And sometimes it's true. What the meaning of life is what you make while you were alive. It doesn't matter at the end. The thing is that you like don't have regrets of the things you've done. Take the opportunities that you have now. So when you're old, you can say like, oh, I guess I have a great life, And I think that's the meaning of life.
Nice.
Do the best things while you're alive.
Nice. Okay, so the rest of you, here's the second question. The people who already answered, you don't have to answer again. The second question is, what is the purpose of your existence? What is the purpose of your existence? Why are you here? Okay, who wants to give that a shot? Moises, you look like you want to talk.
Is that a direct question, like for me, or like in general? What is the meaning for people in general?
Because you can only speak for yourself. You don't know what other people are thinking.
Well, what happens is that people have different beliefs, and some people might disagree with what you believe yourself, but some people think that there's something after life, and some people think that there's nothing after life. And so there's like two opposing views. I am kind of in the middle, in which I don't know, but I act as to if there is, then I will get my reward, right? Because if you live your life like thinking, oh, it doesn't matter, when I die, and then turns out there's actually heaven or hell, then you're kind of screwed. So you don't know. It's better to be sure and act properly, be a decent person, and try to help others, while at the same time enjoying your life and not worrying about death and eternal oblivion.
Nice. I like that. Nice, Moises. Okay, so who wants to give this a shot? What is the purpose of your existence? Hello, Isabella.
Hi, sorry I'm late. I
I
text you.
think you were texting me, honey, I'm in my class. I'm not gonna answer anybody's text, but thank you for coming. Okay, so the second question, or anybody who wants to answer it, what is the purpose of your existence? Who wants to give this a shot? The girl whose eyes are the only thing I can see. You know who you are. Do you want to give this a shot? Come on, people. What is the purpose of your existence?
I think that it's just like Moises says, is it depends on what you believe and what is the thing that you want to be in a future. You know, it's like I don't know, the things that you want to do, good or bad in your life, is the purpose you have in your life. You know, it goes like in the actually they I don't know how to explain that, but
Explaining it
it's
properly. You're doing well.
it's like you're living your life, and each day you have a different purpose for this day, because you don't know if you're going to live you know, the next week. And I think that this is the, for me, this is like my purpose today, is to wake up and do things like always. But I mean, it's like living the today.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's really good. Okay, people, so far so good. One more person before we move on to the next question. You know, everybody's gonna have to answer at one point, right? So this question is, what is the purpose of your existence? Let's make it easier. Who decides the purpose of your existence? Do your parents do that? Society, the government, Nito Cortizo, you? Who decides that purpose? And then who? What is it? Go. Who's next? I'm gonna start calling names, you know.
I think that the purpose of my life is to achieve things that I want to achieve. I don't know, because if you don't put like goals in your life, you don't have like purpose to live in this world. It's like you don't have like a meaning to live. If you want to be like, if you want to have a purpose, or you want to achieve something, you have to put you and go on a goal or something like that, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. People, no matter what you've heard or what they've said or what you've read or seen in a video, what makes a lot more sense is that you be the one to decide your purpose, okay? Because the people who usually want to tell you what your purpose is, they already figured out or not theirs. So you need to be the one to determine what your purpose is. Is there anybody who wants to answer this question before we move on to the next one? Anybody else wants to answer? What is the purpose of your existence? Because the questions are not getting easier and everybody's got to answer. And so far,
I think,
oh, you go. Who's talking?
Isabella.
Oh,
Okay. I think, as Amir said, you gotta find your purpose. It depends on you. And so you gotta decide what you gonna do. You wanna go to college, or you just wanna do your job when you go out of, when you graduate, and things like that. You decide and you make your own purpose.
good job, people. So we're ready for the third question. All the rest of you, you know you're going to have to answer this one. Yes?
I think that my purpose of life is live in my own way, like do the things that I like to do and just live the moment.
Yep, good stuff. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. And the next question is, does everybody's life have a mission? And how do you discover that mission? I think that was the question. If it wasn't that, it is now. Does everybody's life have a mission, and how do you figure that stuff out? So the rest of you, listen, these are the only people who have answered until now. So the rest of you is everybody else not on this list. Adrian, Mandisa, Mary, Sarah, Moises, Amir, Isabella, and Layali. The rest of you, let's get. What was the question again? Does everybody's life have a mission? And how do you figure it out? Go. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, Rebecca also spoke. Sorry. What do I mean by mission? Maybe you're not getting the word mission. What do I mean by mission?
The things that you have to do in the life.
Yes, the things that you have to do in life. Good. Okay, so does everybody's life have a mission? Do you have like a list of things you need to accomplish? And if so, how do you figure out what your mission is? So who's next? Should I start calling names? Okay, let's listen to Genesis. I want to hear what you have to say.
I would say I'm gonna take me like an example. For example, I wanna study medicine
Oh,
because I like science and I want to help people. So I will say my mission is to, um, you know, I want to help people. Try to, I know medicine always like develops through the years, but I just would like to experience that feeling, to save someone's life, help them to change your life. And I would say just that my mission is to help people because that's what I like to do.
yeah, that's nice. Really nice. Okay, who's gonna be number 11? Does everybody's life have a mission, and how do you figure that out? Soto. Soto. Eduardo, come on, talk to me.
I'm not ready right now.
You're not ready. You're on a break. What did you say? You're not ready. You're on a break. What was it?
I'm not ready, I said.
Soto's not ready. Nassim.
Hi. Does everyone have a mission in life? And if so, how do they figure it out? I think I have no clue that someone have a mission in life. If there's some such thing as choosing your own purpose and also choosing their own way in which you will interpret the meaning of life. I don't see how could you be so could you have so much freedom into doing such things as defining yourself the meaning of life and defining yourself the purpose of your life and also having something as a mission or a schedule that you have to figure out. I mean, if those two things at the beginning are made by yourself, the third one, if it's not made by yourself, it's the direct consequence of those things. You will do the things that are more coherent with the way that you think the world should be and what do you think you should end up doing. For example, you maybe think that the world will be better or the state of the world will be better if people help each other. And you might see yourself as someone who has the purpose to help people. Hence, you will end up noticing that the there's so much way, there is so much ways to do that thing. And maybe like Genesis, you will end up studying medicine because that's a way to do that. It's a way to that correspond with the meaning that you give to life and the purpose you think you have. So I think the mission it's given by those two facts in the past. It's the direct consequence of what do you think the world should be and what do you think you should do to make it more like that.
Like it, I like it, I like it. Okay, so next person. Does everybody's life have a mission and what is it? Let's go with Daniel. Don't get all nervous and stuff.
Okay.
Nice voice.
I think that I don't have exactly missions in my life. I can say that I think that I want to help animals in the future, something like that. I think that it's great to help animals and people too. I think that people have different future missions, obviously. What I can say, I think that sometimes or I am okay.
Go ahead.
I can I can say that for example, for me, I think that it's important helps animals in their life, likes people too. But so some people don't think like that. And I think that it's important to change that forms of things.
Yeah, the perception. Change your perception.
Yeah, something like that.
Daniel, good stuff. And Aranza disappeared just as I was going to call her name. So then we have to ask Natalie. Oh, there's Aranza. Go, Aranza.
I was answering something, sorry. Teacher, before I forget, Mary told me to tell you that her mic is not working, so she could not speak.
Oh, that's so messed up. So messed up. Go ahead.
Well, it's a very deep question. And I really don't know, like, specifically, which is my mission or my purpose in life. I am still like discovering it. But right now I'm like trying to be the best version of myself. Like to be the best daughter, the best friend, the best sister, and etc. I think that the way to discover it, and it's what I believe, it's asking God, why did you create me? Because something that I really believe is that anybody is in this world without a purpose. Everybody have a purpose in this life, even if all around them seems like they are a mistake. So that's what I believe.
Nice. Very good. So we have Natalie and Jerry and the girl whose mic is not working, so she gets off today. Yeah, really nice. Sign language. Okay, Natalie, let's go. Does everybody's life have a mission and how do you discover it? I like that blue in the background, by the way. Very nice.
Yes, we all have a mission. That's right. But I think it goes in our dreams, in our identity, because let's say that I don't like to help people. Then I'm going to think that that's not my mission because I'm not going to do something that I don't like to do. So it depends in our en nuestros gustos. It depends in
our likes, our preference.
Eso. So I really think that I need to like to analyze a little bit more what is my mission in my life, because next year then I'm going to be an adult, and my mind is going to change. So it's like time to start thinking what I would like. I know what I want to do. In my teacher, sorry, I'm a little bit nervous because you're looking at me and everyone is looking, so I'm nervous.
I'm looking at
and I'm trying to say. So I'm trying to say the correct answer.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. It's correct. What you're saying is correct. But you know what? One thing, getting to 18 is way overrated. A lot of people think like, oh, I'm 18 today, the world has changed. Nah. Just, unless you decide to make a difference, it's going to be más de lo mismo. Okay, do you have anything that you want to add? Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, Natalie. So, Jerry, I think you are the last one. Everybody, and Soto, but Soto's having an off day. Jerry, does everybody's life have a mission, and what is it?
Okay, I think that everyone has a mission, but for someone it's difficult to find it. For example, I haven't found my life decision, but I think that we are like all the things we have lived, our decisions, and I have lived some things that maybe other people doesn't, and maybe that experience will help that person to move on. For example, I can give people advices and something like that. I mean, with my experiences, I can help someone to, how do you say superar? Overcome what they are living.
Yeah, good answers. People, your mission, your purpose, and meaning of your life is going to be deeply connected to the things that you like, to your passions. So if your passion is dancing, your mission, your purpose is going to be connected to that. If your passion is helping people, your mission, your purpose is going to be connected to that. So don't try to complicate your life. Just figure out, what do I like? What are the things that I'm passionate about? And you're going to find your mission and your purpose. Okay, so that's the end of that. Remember what I told you. Until now, I only have received 4 of your module 3. I only have from Adrian and Layali and Amir, and I forgot the other person. Goodness gracious, Genesis. The rest of you, I haven't seen your work. I haven't listened to theirs either, but it's there. So you need to do that. And you, especially girl without the microphone, you did not hand in module 2. And I don't think you handed in module 1. I'm not sure. So you got stuff to do. Okay, so see you next time. What is this, Moises? What are you telling me? What are you telling me? See you next time, people. Bye.
Bye.